Okay, today I have the message board controller here. I'm just going to give you a little rundown on what everything is on the controller and just a general overview. So what you want to do first is type in your username, which is KAK in all uppercase letters. You press enter, 1, 2, 3, enter. And what you have here is your main menu. You get your display message, which is where you can go in and display a message, whether it be one you create or it be one that we already have pre-programmed in there for you. 2, create and edit message. That's basically where you can go in and create your own messages and edit the messages you already have. 3, status. It just gives you things like what your brightness level's at and different deals. But most of what you'll be using is number 2, create and edit your messages. Number 4, sequence. The only time you really have to use this is when you're trying to combine your permanent messages that we programmed and the messages that you have created. Alright, well, use your down arrow keys and you can scroll on down a little further. 5, configuration. This shouldn't be needed for anything you have to do, but it's basically where you can go in and set your radar speed message, or if you have a radar option available. But we'll go through these individually here in a minute, but I just wanted to show you just a rundown. 6, schedule. That's basically where you can schedule messages come on and off at certain times. Diagnostics. This is not standard for our system. It had to be activated, but it basically just gives you a pixel test, how many pixels are out. And then you got the help screen, just gives you a basic overview of like pressing the down arrow key to go down and so forth. But let's go back up to the top and we'll go to display message. So you just press 1 and then enter. Here you got message type, message number, message duration, and display. So the first thing you want to do is decide what kind of message you want. Is it going to be one you created, or is it going to be one that we already have programmed in there for you? The only time I'd really use this is if it's one we already have programmed for you. So we'll just go to 1, enter, and it's going to be a permanent message. That's a permanent message, one that we have created. So we'll just make it 1, and we'll press enter, and then it'll take you back to the sub menu. Alright, the next thing you want to do is message number. Alright, so basically what you do is you press 2 and then press enter. And this is any number that we have programmed in the sign. So you basically got to get out your manual and look for what message you want to put on there. It's going to be a message from 1 to, according to what type of sign you got, it could go up to 260. So what we'll do is we'll just put in message number 215 and press enter. And the message duration, we're going to just keep it forever. That's typically what they do. And you just press 4 to display that message, and now that message will show up on your screen. That's how you display a permanent message. Okay, what we want to do, if we want to back up one, you just hit the escape button to your left on your keyboard, and it'll take you back to the main menu. Alright, so now we'll go to the second thing we talked about, and this is where you create and edit your own messages. So you just go to 2, press enter, and then you can give it a message type. It's always going to be changeable here. Your message number, this is any number between 1 and 99. So we'll just say message number 2, and then we'll press enter. And basically what you got, this is your screen here where your text will show up. Over on the right side, this has got your fonts, and you got 4 different font sizes. You got your start flash, you got stop flash, preview the message, save the message. F9 is activate and save the message, and F10 is your radar speed if you have that option available. So just to give you a few deals on this F1 through F4 here, I'll show you what different font sizes are. So if you just hit F1 first, you'll see it shows it here, and you just type in the letter A, and it shows you what font size that is. Alright, F2, let's type in A again. And it's a little bit more double stroke type character. It's a little bit thicker character. Alright, F3, and we'll put in A. It's a lot larger character. That way if you only had 2 lines of text you want to display, you'd get the message across a little bit bolder font. And then you got F4, and we'll press A, and it's going to be your smallest font. So that's basically 4 different font sizes you have to choose from. But anyway, we'll backspace all this, and we'll just start with a simple message. So what we want to do, let's use one of these functions. We'll press F5, and that's going to be your start flash. Road, we'll put that on the first line, and then we just want road to flash, so we'll stop the flash now. We'll put it on F6. So road's going to flash on and off. Then you want to press enter again, and we'll put work, and then press enter, ahead. So now we have 3 lines of text. So what will happen is when you display this message, road will be flashing, work, ahead will just stay constant, static on. And this is the first page. Most of the time when people get out there with a sign, they want to create multiple pages. So it's real simple in the program. What we have to do is, if you press enter one more time, it'll go from NL like this, which means next line, NL next line, it'll go to NP, which is next page. So we'll type in, let's just say merge, enter, right. And you got 2 lines of text there. So what we could do is let's backspace this and use a different kind of font for this one. So we'll say F3 was being the bigger one. So we'll go merge. Oh. Enter, right. Now we have 2 larger characters of lines on the sign. So the next thing you want to do is you can either preview this message, save this message, or save and activate it. For this particular thing, we're just gonna, let's just activate it, save it, and activate it. So you press F9, and that'll save and activate the message. Now if you want to go back and see what your message looks like, just hit 3, enter, and go to 1, current message, merge right, road, work, ahead. Merge right, road, work, ahead. And then basically to escape out of there, you just hit escape, and it'll take you back to the main menu again. So let me go back and show you how to create, if you had the radar option, how you do that. So you just go to create and edit message. We'll go to message number 3. And what you want to do is just type in maybe something like your speed, enter, and then to activate the radar option, what you want to do is hit the F10 on your keyboard, and then it'll show a 0 there. And basically what will happen is this message will be displaying, and then when the car goes by at a certain speed, it'll show up right here where the 0 is at, whether they're going 30, 50, or whatever. That's the basics on how to do it. And to activate it, you just simply hit F9 again, and that message will be activated. So let's scroll on down through the main menu again. We got let's go to the next one, which is 3, status, and you press enter. About the only thing you'll be using here is your, what your current message is, and you just hit 1, and it'll show you what your current message is. For the next, let's go back to status again. For the next few here, you got temperature, power supplies, brightness, cabinet door status, software version, etc. You really won't have to use any of these. We don't have the temperature sensor built in for you as a standard system. Power supplies we don't have hooked up. We use our solar charge controller to do this. As far as the brightness, this will just tell you what your brightness level is at. Cabinet door status, we don't actually have this activated as a standard. You'd have to get that as an option. Software version, what this does tells you what software version you have in your site. So we'll just go to 6 and see what software version we have. We got the main and the menu. And if you got any kind of trouble, these are one of the first things we'd need to know in order to help service you a little bit better. So anyway, let's escape out of there and escape out of the status. And let's scroll on down. In sequence, you won't be using this very much, because I think most people just use their changeable messages they create and create their own sequence, like I've showed you in just a few seconds ago. But basically, we'll just look at it real quick. Go to number 4, enter. Alright, select a slot for sequence is your first deal. So that's any message between 1 and 99. It's just like creating a changeable message. So 1, enter. Alright, now what message do we want to use? So we'll just say message number 99. Enter that, and then escape back to the submenu. Alright. 2 is add message to sequence. So press 2, enter. And if you notice, the format here is PNNN or CNNN. PNNN is a permanent message. That's the format when you need to type in. So what we'll do is we'll press P 001, because that's the same format, P001. You press enter after that, and that message will display down here, 1 hour delay. Or the next one we're going to do is a changeable message with this permanent message. So we'll just say C001, because that's the message we created just a few seconds ago, and press enter. 1 hour delay, roadwork ahead, merge right. And that's what we're going to display on the sign now. So just once you get this in here, just hit escape, and you want to go select rate, the next deal. 3, enter. You can have the page flash on or off. We're just going to keep it off. 2, your rate, you got 3 choices. You got slow, medium, or fast. We're just going to keep ours on medium. And the way you go into these, you just press 1 or 2 and enter, and then you select which one you want. But let's just escape out of here. And you got the next option is save and close, 5 save and activate, or 6 clear sequence. And what we want to do is hit 5. We're going to save this and activate it on our sign. So you hit 5 and enter. Now that message is activated on your sign, and it kicks you back to the main menu. So let's scroll down to the next thing. You got configuration. We'll just go through these real quick. 5, enter. Get device address, date and time, set LCD contrast, set brightness mode, set manual brightness, set radar message, set radar speed, set dropout voltage, and set username and password. So we'll go through these individually just to show you. Get device address, you shouldn't ever have to use this. It's something we do. For number 2, date and time, so what you want to do is hit 2 and enter. First we'll get date and time and see if it's set first. So you press 1 and enter. And it appears that it's set right because today is 11/23 of 2011. Alright, so we'll escape out of there. If you did want to set the time though, you just simply go to 2 and enter, and then you set the year, set the month, the date, and the hour. And you scroll on down, you set the minutes, and 6, you press 6 and enter to update your time. So let's escape out of here and go back to the submenu of configuration. The next thing we're going to do is set LCD contrast. So let's hit 3 and enter. And if you notice here, it says use page up and down to change. So on the right side of your keyboard, you got page up and you got page down. So if you change these, you notice that the screen gets a little bit less contrast, a little bit more contrast. And once you get like you want it, you just hit 1, enter, and that saves the contrast. So let's escape out of there. Next thing is 4, set brightness mode. I'll just show you these, but what you want to do is always leave it on photo cell. 1, set to photo cell. Manual you should never have to use. Let's go down to set, and you can set manual brightness here below, but we recommend that you just keep it on photo cell. Okay, the next thing is number 6, set radar message. So let's go number 6, and right now it's message type changeable, message number 1. So what I would do is just pick a message, any message between 1 and 99, and you got to go in and create that message. For instance, set radar message would be slow down. So I'd go in and create me a message called slow down, and I'd put that message number here. That way when they went over a certain speed, it would say slow down because they're going over the speed limit. So let's escape out of here. And the next thing right below set radar message is set radar speed. So let's hit 7 and enter. Right now it's at 0. You can put this thing on any 5, 10, 15, 20. Whatever speed it is, the speed limit is, put it on that, and if they go over that, then your radar message will activate in order to let the people know to slow down or whatever message you have on there. So let's escape out of here back to the configuration menu. Set dropout voltage. This option is not added on here. We have this on our solar regulator, so this is not needed. Set username password. Right now our standard username password is all uppercase letters KAK. Password is 123. But if you wanted to set your own username password, you'd go to 9 and you'd press enter. You'd set your username and password. So let's skip out of there and escape and go to the next thing, which is schedule. Number 6, enter. And this is a schedule number. You just put any number in. Let's just say between 1 and 10 or 15 there to set your number, your scheduled time. This is in 24-hour format, so you have to put a 24-hour timer. Like you press 2, you set your hour and your minute. A scheduled daytime. This is where you'd go in and put your date and time in. So every day, weekend, weekday, how often, the date you want it to run, a certain date. And you do that here. So let's escape out of there. Schedule message. So we'll go number 4. Message type. That'd be where you check between permanent and changeable. And message number. That'd be the number of the message you want to display. And then the last step you do is 5. Activate the schedule. And at that time, that message will show up on your screen. So if you had a special event coming up, then this would override and display that. So let's escape out of there and keep going down our menu list here. Next thing you got is diagnostics. Let's see, you press 7 and 1. You press 1, then it'll do a pixel test, let you know how many, if you have any errors or anything in your pixels. So let's escape out of here and go the last thing, which is 8, help. And this basically just tells you some general overview of, use your arrows, scroll up and down, and how the menu is set up and everything. So if you get caught up, just go to the help screen and that could help you. If not, just call us. Our number is 888-414-3003 and just ask for the support department and we'll be happy to help you. But other than that, I appreciate you watching the video, and if you need anything else, just give us a call. Thanks.